Before we get into this video, I'm not going to be in a fancy shirt. I got my cross, I got God, that's all that I need. If you've been posting content consistently, but the leads aren't coming in, it's not because you're posting the wrong videos. It's because your content is missing like three fundamentals, three foundations, which I call this the Content Trinity, which is what I've used to help agents incorporate into their own content to help them close over $450 million worth of real estate in the past year. So by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those things are and how to apply them to every single piece of content that you make so that you're actually bringing in real estate leads from your market. Let's go. When content isn't bringing in leads, the natural instinct is to be like, hey, I just need to post more, with the thought that posting more videos means you're going to have a better chance at reaching more people. But posting more doesn't actually fix the problem if the content itself is missing something. Because you can show up every single day and still not get a single DM from an interested lead because volume is not the issue. It's because you are lacking these three content principles that I'm going to go over, show you. So go turn this on while you're driving, that make someone go from a stranger to someone who actually like sees you as the only agent for them. So again, we can get views, we can get, crazy client results like people I've worked with, but if one of these three things is off, I tell these people every single day, if one of these is off, you're still not going to turn your views into leads, which is why the Content Trinity fixes this exact issue. And it's must be made by these three core pillars that turns a stranger on the internet into a serious potential client. The first one is we want to attract local viewers. So this makes like the right buyer in your market just stop scrolling and actually watch your video and actually watch your video in the first place. Without this, your content views are going to come from people who are completely outside of your market. So we have to make sure the views, the terminology, our hooks, our TAM is speaking to people in our area. The second pillar is selling the lifestyle. This is what makes people, like the right viewer, feel like this is something that's worth watching. It's not going to be a list of features or just the square footage, but it's going to be you helping them envision the lifestyle that they're actually going to live in that home. Because buyers do not make decisions based off of what the home physically has. They make them based off of how a home makes them feel. And the third pillar is the conversion path. This is what gives a viewer like who's already interested a clear and specific way to reach out. Without it, someone who is again just watching your content for weeks, they feel like they know you, they want to work with you, but if you're not going to give them a next step to work with you and you just expect them to reach out, it's like a middle school relationship. The other kid is scared to talk to the other, and someone has to be the one to fix that, to cross that bridge for them. All three of these principles are working together to make your content something that is more than just a cog that just in a machine that just gets views. And if you want my personal help applying this, like the Content Trinity for your specific market, the first link in the description, you can book a one-on-one call with me directly. If you're driving right now, make sure to just save this video for later, where again, we can talk about how I can help you and actually make content a true lead generation source. But I want to show you how to actually apply each pillar. So how to apply pillar one is attracting local viewers. So starting with actually local people. Now, what we call a pinpoint hook right here. If you're driving, it's okay. I'll tell you what it looks like. It's a text hook stack. This is how you attract the right local buyer through your content. Again, we call it the pinpoint hook. On the screen, this is usually about the first 5 to 7 seconds of your video. So we have, for one, a lifestyle label. So this one right here, the modern traditionalist. This is truly speaking to one. It's not going to be Houston home, Castro Valley dream home. Like, that's not what we're doing. Instead, we're going to be providing a label that helps them envision this. Bayview Retreat. Because literally from that home, he's in the Bay Area of California, San Francisco Bay Area. Bayview Retreat, you can see like the bay from a few miles away. And he showed that in his hook. Boom, boom, boom. Show that proof. Help show, don't just tell. A name like that makes the right buyer know that this home is actually somewhere they want to live. Now, under this name is you want to show them the actual like location. So actually I put the wrong image here. So location, like Santa Clara, California. So you want to actually have like a little pin emoji. You want to use your brand's colors, your personal color, and have your city, comma, state, This is going to help Instagram serve it to the actual local buyer, because if you do not, with text on the screen or verbally, say your location within the first 3 to 5 seconds, and I'm not one of those guys that be like, hook is everything. But for real estate, if you're not mentioning your location in the first 3 to 5 seconds, like max, whether it's an image on the screen, text, or verbally, and that video blows up, gets 100,000 views, and you get 1,000 followers from it, they're going to be from everywhere, and that's how you're going to turn with a messed up Instagram. I would rather someone not even post than post that. Like, I get on my clients who like literally do that. I hate it. I'm like, thank God your video didn't blow up, because this would be a mess if it did. Now, the property stats. So I'm going to scroll back up to right here. This is a little like bed, bath, square feet stack that we use with emojis. This has already been proven. A lot of these things I may not come up with myself, but I innovate and I iterate, and I make this specific for my clients. Bed, bath, square feet stacked with emojis. This is going to tell someone immediately if they feel like this home space is for them. So when you have all three of these in your hook, this will filter out anyone who is not interested in the home. This is how you make sure that the people that are actually getting to your video, getting to your content, are actually local and who could potentially become a client. But when stopping the scroll, it is literally the first step to getting someone to watch the complete video. And we want them to actually feel something different compared to, your other, features, your other content. It needs to be different. A text hook can only get you so far. So number 2 is when we want to sell the lifestyle. Once the right person stops and watches, you got them for 3 to 5 seconds, maybe 7 seconds. But what do you do after that to help them stay? Now, one thing you can do is called open loops. The second thing you can do is also sell a lifestyle. A lot of people say this, don't tell you how to do it. So selling the lifestyle, obviously I have my notes written here. So instead of saying, hey, this is a 4-bedroom open concept, say, hey, imagine, again, we're going to walk through right here. We got the living room. You can sit right here after work, chill, watch the game with the family, chill out, have a beer. And you got this open area to really just decompress. The kitchen right here, we do have a waterfall island, beautiful, but this has some of those most modern amenities that any wife would want here in 2026. And again, if you want the kids to finish their homework right here, knock it out right there during dinner. This helps someone envision what it looks like. It doesn't mean you only do lifestyle but you saw that I added logistics of the home plus that emotional lifestyle. This builds that connection to the home, which is how you actually make someone believe that this home is truly for them. But feeling something and having someone reach out oh, that's nice, versus let me reach out to that agent. Those are two completely different things. And this is where most agents actually lose the lead. But I want to focus on pillar 3, which is the conversion path, because getting attention is only half of the job. The agents who are consistently turning views into leads, every step has a clear path and has a clear reason, rhyme and reason. Everything is intentional. So right here, the best way to do this is have a comment call to action. So my guy Jaime, maybe you guys have seen some of his success. He's gone viral recently all over Instagram with different coaches. But he's one of my students who just in this past week has over 1,000 inbound leads just from a couple home tours. So the best way to do this and get these engagements from people who are actually going to watch is from a call to action. Something like, hey, comment the word guide, comment the word home, comment the word Florida, comment the word, use your zip code, the address of the home, the number, anything like that. Give them a free resource. Give them a location guide. Give them a buyer checklist. Or you can completely skip that process and just start asking questions. But this engagement boosts your video in the algorithm and actually pushes it out to more local people. So now you have warm leads who are ready to be DM, and everyone knows who you are. So they're basically just telling you that, they're interested. And that's ultimately the secret behind why content can actually get you leads and how it does it. Because when all 3 of these pillars are working together, people reach out. Now you're selling, they know you're selling in the market. They already feel like they kind of trust you. They understand who you are. All of this compounds. Every video you post, when you have these 3 pillars in place, is literally how you get content to work 24/7 for you to bring in leads. And obviously, again, 24/7 because, you do automations and stuff like that. So, you're not sending DMs to everyone throughout the night. So that's, again, how we truly turn Instagram into something nice to have and it's an actual main lead generation source. Again, if you want my help, we can apply this to your market with the Content Trinity for your specific market. The first link in the description is where you can actually book a call one-on-one with me directly, and we can actually talk about how I can help you and turn content into a real lead generation source. Yes, I'm based in the United States, but we work with agents in Mexico, Europe, Australia, Canada. So again, book that call down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.